Damn it, Bobby. Okay, I've got to remember. Let's see. See, someone suggested something in chat. And check spawn part. You know, we're gonna try. Doing this inside the player script. I want to see if it works in the player script. Just make it destructible. Hobson, that's your solution for everything. Make it destructible. Okay. We're gonna try doing this inside of the player script. Even though I don't think it's gonna work. It should, because it will destroy whatever's in the level before spawning the new one. Okay. Whee! Every time. Are you working? You are not working. Let's see, this is what am I doing wrong? I know. Let's see, line trace for objects. Break hit results. Destroy actor. Okay. Time for a little bit more debugging. I want to see if it's actually getting to the spawn actor. Let's see. Yep. It didn't work. Better crash the engine. Hold on, guys. Okay, so was I destroying self? If so, then I'm really, yeah. That would make sense. Let's see. Jordi Laquier, he suggested that I might be trying to destroy self instead of destroying the rest of the objects, which would make a lot of sense. As opposed, because that wasn't doing what I wanted it to do either. And I'm pretty sure I had it in the script here. So we're going to go does not equal self. We want to destroy the array element. You know, I bet you that was it. I guarantee that was. So Jordi Laquier, that might be exactly what happened. So thank you very much for pointing that out. There we go. Yay! And see, now we've only got one. So we can jump through there. Now we can go through here. But if we move it, can't go through there anymore. Works like a charm. So the next step for this, and what I'm going to be doing eventually, I don't know when because it's going to take me a while to set it up. I'm not a materials guy. Is I'm actually going to use location-based opacity on these walls to where anytime this hits in this object, it's going to basically mask out the material and create a pseudo hole. So it looks like a hole, but really it's just that you've removed collision from the wall as long as you are in the box. That is literally all this is within the box, all of the collision on this wall is actually gone. It's just because you can only, move so far. As soon as you end overlap on this box, you will no longer be able to walk through the wall, which is pretty fun. Let's see. Get myself stuck here, if it'll let me. Nope. See, can't even get stuck. pushes you right back out of the wall. So that's that. It was just something I was working on. Someone had suggested it on the Answer Hub, and Netgear, go away. No one likes you. And I thought it would be cool to share, see if you guys wanted to use it. You are more than welcome to use anything that I do on the stream. It's completely open for you guys. So, there we go. Okay. So on to the next thing, because there's other things. We're going to make a pseudo NPC dialogue system. This is I'm going to go ahead and give you the caveat that I give everyone that has ever read this tutorial ever. Which is this tutorial, the reason it came about was I wanted to see if it was possible to create an NPC system without touching CSV documents. I wanted to see if I could do it entirely through blueprints. So I'm going to go ahead and paste in chat here the link to the tutorial if you want to follow along. And this is what we're going to be working through. So I'm going to go ahead and create a blueprint class, NPC, let's just call it NPC, that'll be easy. And we need to give it some type of actor to denote where it is in the world. Excuse me. And let's see, what's a good actor to use? Guys, we're going to be talking to a bush. There we go. Box collision. Let's go ahead and stretch that up so that it encompasses said bush. We're going to put that there. Oh, that might be a little large. Let's reduce that a little bit here. Let's go with 777. Yeah, that should be a little bit better. There we go. Got our bush. Got our box. You know what? For IRTech, because you're so nice. There we go. Our bush is now George. Sorry guys, people keep suggesting names. It's George. Okay, now this requires quite a few variables, and we're going to make them text variables. We're going to call this question 0-1, question 0-2, question 0-3, question 1-1, and I'm only going to do I'm not going to do the whole 12 questions that I did in the tutorial. I'm only going to do a couple. Question 1-3, question 2-1, question 2-2, question 2-3, 3-1, question 3-2, question 3-3. Okay, that should be good. I believe we need to get 2 ints and a text array. And I'll explain what all of these are going to do as we go through it. Update array. We're going to call this one just int. And we're going to call this button text. And that one needs to be a text array. Yeah, we're going to make everything for the questions editable. There. Okay. So So what these texts are going, all this text is going to be, is actually what your responses to the NPC are. Okay, let me pull up my handy dandy little graph here. So yet again, using the ever-present actor begin overlap, we want to cast to the player just to make sure that it is them overlapping and not someone else. Going to enable input, and what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to interact with the object directly. Normally, if you want to interact with an object, you have to do it through the player character, but in this case, we want to override the character input. We want to control it through this. And we're going to do a get player controller. There we go. Enable input on self, player controller. Then we're going to set text. Oh, I almost forgot we need a text render actor. Make sure that this is showing up where I want it. Okay, I need to rotate this 90 degrees. There we go. Text is going to appear right there, and I'm going to make it a little bit larger so that we can actually read the text. And this can be done a couple different ways. This is just the way I'm doing it so that you can see the results. Typically what you would probably want to do is use like a 3D widget and just update the text there. But that's a little complicated, and I haven't personally messed with 3D widgets yet, so I'm not comfortable showing that on stream until I get more comfortable with them. This I've done, God, who knows how many times. So let's see. So we need to get our text render actor, do a set text, and that text is going to be, let's start with something simple. Let's go with hello. Do a create widget, and we'll fill that in just a little while. For now, just know that we're going to be making a widget. There is going to be some UMG involved. And let's see. We're going to pull off the return value here and do add to viewport. And that goes right there. And we're going to have to make a custom player controller, unless I have a player controller in here. You know what? I'm just going to set a custom player controller anyways. Now, you can do a lot of stuff with player controllers. In this case, we just need an empty one. And we're going to call it PC control. And let's go ahead. One of the important things is to make sure that if you're using custom controllers, custom players, stuff like that, that you actually set up in your project settings and in your world settings that that's what you're using. Let's see, we need the player controller to be PC control. And then we're going to go to settings, world settings. And let's see, I believe it was first person game mode, and as you can see it is now populated with PC control, so it is going to use our custom controller when we do this. Okay, now we want to take the player controller thing here and cast to PC control, and we want to do this specifically because we want to get the mouse cursor. Show mouse, we need to do this off of the output pin here. Show mouse cursor. I needed the set show mouse cursor, not the get. Set show mouse cursor. There we go. Drag that off there. We want to go ahead and check that to true. fill out class